Okay, so you were talking about another teacher, wonderful teacher really, teaching you how to play flams, and they were similar but different to what I'm showing you, right? And you said, and yet there might be enough similarities so that, you know, this technique could really be applied to that technique. Well, maybe, but we'll find out. So we were working on the compound stroke number 1, right? So pull that up.
Okay, got it.
Okay, where were you working on that? What did you get that up to?
I got that up to 60.
Okay, let's hear it there. Right? So it can go faster.
Yeah.
But I think that it, well, go ahead, just put it up to 80. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so put it up to 100. Let's see what it looks like.
100?
Yeah. Look how relaxed this is. Okay, you're muscling it out.
A little bit. Let me try it again, Kevin. Let me try that again. Bit of a jump for me, yeah.
Well, what's happening, first of all, is now your right isn't stopping down. We're looking for this. See where it stops?
Yeah.
You're not feeling that. I wonder, and I think I have some ideas as to why, but what isn't happening, Joe, is you're not experiencing the rebound.
Ah.
Right? You're not experiencing. There it is. two of these, you see? Just two of these. It's just two of these, but you see, it's bouncing. You're not feeling that. You're like not really making a motion, so your elbows are kind of locked by your sides. Okay, you can play that way. But after a while, you're squeezing the back of the stick, so you start to stop high, because it's not really a three-finger grip, and you're not feeling the natural pressure of the hand. So let me hip you to what's going on here. You talked about, did Jim? You worked on flams that you were describing with another teacher. Did you work on alternating drags?
Oh.
Huh, isn't that interesting? Huh, I wonder why. Let's see. See? If you open it up a little bit, it's cymbal time. I'm really surprised that the teacher that was really focused on all things jazz didn't make that connection for you. Well, that's one thing, interestingly, right? But so we can either just make a motion, we can make an upstroke, one note on the way up, or we can make two notes on the way up. Or three right there. There, or two. Maybe because I'm feeling this bounce. Watch. See? I also have the discipline, if I want, to play from parallel. Okay. So go ahead and play alternating flams. Go ahead. You were at 60. So this is so play them here. Yeah, play them at 60. I think that'll line up with the compound stroke number 1 you were just working on.
As these notes?
There, right? All right, well, this is the level of discipline. We've talked about it, but now we're going to really focus on it and connect it with the rebound, because you're muscling everything out. I know. You come back in and now it's something else, right? But if anyone understands the patience that it takes, it's you. You know, after studying for so long through different institutions and private teachers, and being a teacher yourself and a player, so I get that. But that's why this stuff is really cool. And Dick Wilson used to say the subtlety is everything. So if I asked you to really, this is a Richard Martinez thing, just from parallel, drop the stick down. Just let it drop. You don't have to lift it up, let it drop. Make sure you're really at parallel. Know how high you are from the surface to side and maintain it. And then drop it. All right, nice and flat, and drop it. Do it again. Yep. See, you really want the momentum. But watch, I can do this. See it? And I get a nice little note. I don't hear much here. I'm hearing barely anything off the pad. You've got the weight of the stick, all of this weight, the weight of your hand, and a sound chamber that will help project said sound. So you don't get to lift it up. It's a discipline that's associated with this technique, and it really Really helps in your playing if you can get this together. This is where the real speed is. Now your grip. Just your hand looks too small somehow. You see, I'm not sure what you're doing with your back fingers. Just for fun, just take.
At all.
I know, and I'm not there right with you, but just take them off for a minute so that we can explore. That's it. See, I can do it like this. Deconstruct your grip. No, your baby finger. Why does it look so unmusicianly? Just look, just take them off. They cascade out. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Your hand isn't comfortable. Go ahead and take them off a little more. Yeah, see how mine look? My baby finger is a little curved. Let's see. How would you do that? Just go ahead and put your first finger and thumb together with no stick. Just normally, just close the first finger and thumb with no stick. Okay, now move your baby finger and middle finger. Why is that hard for you to do? They go out. The whole hand moves in a certain way. See, if you're playing arpeggios on a piano, the baby finger isn't up like this. Watch. Baby finger isn't doing this. With this out like, see, they're all in a position, right? So that if I were to want to take these fingers off, it's as if I could play the piano with them. Up. See? You play it. It's easier to do them together. They seem to want to move each other. No, you see, you need to play a little bit more piano. But watch. There you go. That looks more natural. There. Memorize that feeling. You see? They're curved. Go ahead now and put your fingers down on the practice pad as though you were going to play the piano. Like this now. Thumb too. So the thumb has to play. Come on, keep them curved. Darwin Aiken, famous teacher out of Toronto, taught me that. No, your fingers should be more curved. They have to press down. You can't be all flat. There you go. That's like that. Now just take the stick. Just keep that in mind. Okay. Okay. So let's look at your grip again because it just looks a little wonky. Stick in hand. Now take off your back fingers in a musicianly way. Just like you did. Let's get used to doing that. Learn how to do that. In other words, the middle finger is going to come off about a half, maybe. I can feel my fourth finger rubbing against my middle finger as it goes out. And then I feel when I do that, I feel my fifth isn't rubbing against anything. It's kind of separate, but curved. Like more like that. There, play like that. Okay, so what were we doing again? We were playing from parallel with one note dropping it. Your hand looks better now, but you're lifting it up. Come on, keep it up a little higher so you can drop it. And then it comes right back to where it started, right? Come on, just let the whole thing drop. The whole stick will drop. Like it'll drop in a parallel way. Right? The whole length of the stick will go down, as though you're just dropping it. But you're doing it by turning, and you're moving so little that it has that quality. You're just dropping it. Don't need to lift it up. Okay, can you get good? Now make a throw. Okay, do it again. First you have to make a little tap from parallel, then make a throw. Okay, now for me what it feels like is I get what it looks like. See how my elbow moves a little? Now, you don't need to move as much right now. Watch. It's just, first you get this note, dropping it. get this note and immediately follow it up just to about there. Yep, no. See, you're up in a gooseneck. Nope, watch again. First, you're going to get the little note just drop from parallel. And then, in fact, I could even wait. And then I could go up. But it feels like if I'm playing an actual stroke, I would follow it up like this. And I get to here. But your elbow didn't move. A little better. See, watch. See how the elbow reacts? Just do this. Put the bead down on the surface and just do this. No, you're coming up much higher than me. Just to here. There. And then the elbow will come back in. And back up. Elbow moved a little, didn't it? Back down. Okay. Now we're going to get up to here. With the elbow having moved from the wrist. And now, as soon as we cock our wrist, Joe, the forearm will start to come down. And you'll get the maximum, the primary power from the wrist turn. Do it again. Good. Now make a throw and let your forearm come down as you cock your wrist. There. That's all it is. If you could discipline yourself to maintain that, you could play alternating flams in a much more relaxed, alternating flams in a much more relaxed way. So just watch it for a minute, okay? It's very relaxed. It's not a big deal, right? But I'm really maintaining this every time, every time, every time, every time, every time. We can start to play Jeff Porcaro. I keep forgetting, right? Where he's playing like that one hand really fast simple time or hi-hat time. Okay, your grip looks more open. Do it again. Play an up from parallel and maintain that throw that you just captured. No, you got to come up and the elbow hasn't come out. You see, and you come up too high. It's all wrist and a gooseneck. There. Nope, just come up and stop. There. And when you come down, the forearm's, there you go, and the forearm's going to fall as you cock your wrist. No, you don't have to cock it so high, just let it all flow down. Don't come up too high, you just determined to feel something. There's not much to feel. Good, now cock your wrist. There. Little left stroke, tap. Don't come up too high with a gooseneck. There, that's all you need. Right, now you can throw. There, do that in the other hand.
Is this fine?
Actually, that hand looks better and you haven't pulled your fingers off.
Yeah.
But you can. Why don't you duplicate the experiment in the other hand and just see if you can, in a musicianly way, stop pointing that baby finger. It's afternoon tea. Look, it's afternoon tea. If you were drinking tea all afternoon with, you know, with the Queen in the afternoon, when is it that the English, when is tea time? I can't quite remember. There's a very specific, and if you're going to hang out for an hour and hold your baby finger like this, well, because you're supposed to hold it with just the 3 fingers, aren't you? There's certain etiquette, and what are you going to do this? Look how much that hurts. That actually hurts in here. Why would you do that? You just, yeah, okay, good, yeah. Okay, there you go. Okay, now go ahead and make that little tap from parallel. Let it fall. Do it again. No, I want that little tap. I don't even want you to go up yet. Come on, let it fall. It'll make a noise. Do it again. Okay, now this time follow it up with that actual throw. Don't come up too high with your wrist. Let the elbow come out just a little. And then as you turn to the ceiling, your forearm will go down. Do it, give you a throw. You don't have to exaggerate. That's pretty good though. You don't have to, I do want to turn. I want to turn, but don't exaggerate it relative to how big the motion is. Yeah, so it looks like this, watch. So you're getting a little tap, see? I can even wait, and then I can go up. And look what I get. Elbows come out. Now I'm gonna, as I turn to the ceiling, my forearm comes down. Keep the whole motion smooth. You're playing like just first finger and thumb, which is cool, but I want your middle finger on there.
Okay.
And then just let the yeah, like that. Okay. Learn to do that. That's not necessarily how we're going to play, but yeah, that's not bad. And let's give me a throw. Yeah, you stopped up in the air instead of as you turn, it falls, the forearm. There. Now, go ahead and play alternating flams doing that. It doesn't have to be fast. It's the motion that I want. I don't care about the speed right now, you see. No, you're turning to the ceiling. You haven't developed the meditation, the discipline of just turning from parallel. You're going to have to work on that. Go ahead and try. That's, yeah, see, it almost feels like just a regular motion, doesn't it? You don't go turning up to the ceiling. Not for this. You have to make a note on the way up. No, you're lifting up to the ceiling. I know. Yeah, make a little note. Here, just do this. Make a little note and let it drop parallel on the right.
Okay.
Just do that. No, don't come up yet. And you came up with a gooseneck. No, you don't get to lift to the ceiling. Just make one little note. No, I don't want you coming up. Yep, now go up properly. Come on, elbow didn't come out. You're way up in the air with your wrist and the elbow never moved. The tap was good. Yep, there you go. There you go. Now throw. Good. Now the other hand did the exact same thing. Yeah, that was good. You don't come up right away. We're doing this in ultra slow motion. Okay. Tap, proper tap. Elbow. Come on. Almost. Now a little throw. Forearm comes down as you cock. Don't be afraid to cock a little bit, or just what's appropriate. I didn't like that one. It was all one of your weirdo. A little tap. No, you've lifted to the ceiling. I told you to make a tap and wait. No, you're determined you want to go up too soon. See, the timing of going up is really crucial. We're trying to get a certain timing, right? We're trying to maintain a flow with everything we play. If we wait too long to go up, we kink up the system. Yeah. If we go up too soon, we muddle up the system. It's got to be perfect. But you can play properly just doing what I'm showing you. You'll feel it. So make a little tap and wait from parallel. Now go on up with a good throw. My elbow should be out a little more right now. There you go, and make a little throw. Cock a little higher to the ceiling next time. Now the other hand. We're playing alternating flams. Tap, don't come up right away. Just wait for a minute. Tap, go on up with a good throw. See, now, good. Now make a throw. Cock your wrist and let your... Okay, don't wait. It's just boom. Okay, that's what you're going to need to do. You're going to need to spend some time. That's a clever way of having me slow you down so that you could begin to focus. So it's just this, watch. If I can do it. Oh, let's see. How would we, okay, we're doing this. Is this right? This is a little different, isn't it? How would you do that?
There's singles.
Quite a flare. It gives you the motion. And that's what so let me just think about it just for a minute. Now go ahead and slow it down so that you're still waiting before you go up, but actually play alternating flams. So the right, if you're going to start with the right flam, relax your baby finger and your middle finger, your ring finger. Come on, let them relax, take them off a little, let them breathe. Yeah, it's up front that we're concerned about. You can take them off a little more. You know, it's tea time. Yeah, it's afternoon tea. It would be helpful for you to practice that way. When you play, I don't care what you do, right? You're going to be playing some heavy rock gig, and you won't have this together to the point where you'll be able to pull off just playing with a 3-finger. But I'll tell you, when Dick Wilson would go into crescendo strokes, he'd be with this 3, he'd take his fingers off. Maximum rest, maximum height of turn, forearms and upper arm, with this tiny narrow fulcrum. So it can be done. You can play really loud this way if you know what you're doing, but it takes a minute to know what you're doing. So, okay, so you're going to raise the right with a proper up motion. Nope, elbow didn't come out. See how the concentration is so important? There you go. Now, as you start to cock your wrist to the ceiling, the left is going to make a tap from parallel. Go ahead, do it. No, don't come up though. Yeah, there you go. Now go the other way. Lift up your left. Got the elbow that time. Now make a little tap from parallel on your right. Up, you come up a little bit. You cheated just a little. Okay, now go the other way. This is how you can get this. Come on, elbow. Stop pinning your upper arm to your. Come on. Come on, and once you get up, you let it go. Just let the thing come down. Okay, other way. Okay, left is a little bit of, yeah, but it's not this. It's not, you get all this part right, and then you go. No, I said, watch. You get up to here, elbows moved a little bit, and you turn, and it's like one smooth thing. Nope, you just goose-snapped it. Elbow didn't move properly. Nope. Nope. Show me an up in the right. Elbow didn't move. Kevin, it's your body. You don't feel your own body? It's your body. He'd say that to you. There you go. It came out a little. You don't have to come up that high to get it to come out, but that's fine. You can even come up less. It's about, there you go. There. Say you've come up to the first letter of the writing on your t-shirt. That's how I come up. Now make a throw, nice and smooth as you cock, let everything fall and just make a motion. Okay, you can turn a little higher than that, but that's fine. Okay, now the other way. Come on, going up in the right. Elbow, elbow. Go ahead and cock your wrist. Okay, so that's how you're going to practice what it turns into. And I just want you to practice this with no metronome. Okay, don't go speeding. No, you're lifting up. You'll go right back to your other stuff if you don't. I know. Trust me. You want to be able to go fast. No, your back fingers. It looks like this. Yeah. I really want you to experience this 3-finger grip. Okay, and watch. So I'm going like this. You don't play for a sec. I'm just going to demonstrate. So we're going to see, elbow came out, making a tap. Elbow came out in the right. Tap from parallel. Elbow came out in the left. Tap. Elbow came out in the left. Forearm came down as I threw. Okay. It's very. Look at the discipline. It's totally efficient. Okay. It's very efficient. You're not lifting up when we don't need to, or you're never going to get that speed. It'll just be all muscled out. Or your other teacher was showing you, you'd have you come way up here with no fixed point. And you'd have you open up your fingers, a little like Murray maybe, right? But that's not what Murray did either. Because if you were to do Murray would go, let's see. He'd go, let's see. So it would be, he gets to here sooner. He gets to this sooner, whereas Dick would go. He he'd come up like that, and Murray liked to come up like, you see? Still getting the bottom of the bead, turning from parallel, the elbows coming out. It's a little different, but essentially it's all the same. And when it gets smaller, they're probably identical. We wish they were here to talk to. Okay, so that's the gig. You're just gonna have to get out your favorite Earl Grey Twinings tea, right? And with a dash of milk, otherwise it's it's uncivilized. And just meditate on this stuff. Okay, now where I was really taking you with this is we're working on the compound stroke, and I told you were muscling it out and that you weren't feeling the rebounds. Well, we just played alternating drags, and we're not really dealing with rebounds, right?
Well, with the alternating flams, yes.
But now we're going to get into what it feels like to just turn. You're going to let it drop, just like you did for one note. Watch. Here's one note, and here's two notes. See, I have to stay at the surface a little longer, or maybe follow through. But your back of your hand looks all. It looks really big up here. Look at what it looks like to me. It looks like this, and I want it to look like this. Yeah. Okay. You see, all the knuckles are lined up. All these knuckles are lined up. The first knuckles are lined up, and the stick follows that in the hand. You're not doing that. You're doing this. Maybe even pulling the stick into the middle of the hand. It's supposed to be on the palm,
Yeah.
just next to the bone. There, that looks better. And your hand looks more normal. Yeah, right, you can take those off too. You can play both ways. But don't get into that other grip. See, now your hand looks bigger. When you watch this back, you'll notice that there is a significant difference if you know what to look for. Okay. All right, so now, no, and don't go pulling. I can see as you go up, you want to start to pull the back fingers in because you're going to control with them or do something. You don't watch. You don't need them. Watch. You don't really need them. I mean, that works just fine. Okay, total 3-finger grip. Total, right? They're off. They're definitely off the stick. You should be able to do that. Okay, so go ahead. Now give drop the stick like we did for just one note and give me 2 rebounds. Come on. 2 rebounds. It's hard for you to feel. You really have to decide where your fulcrum is. Maybe it's somewhere between the middle finger and thumb. Excuse me, somewhere between the first finger and thumb and the middle finger. Maybe it's the middle finger. You have to decide. See if you can get it to bounce twice. Almost, but you don't get to turn up first. It just takes real discipline. Maybe it's too soon for you. Go on. Got to be up a little higher to get started, so there's some distance to travel. I think you froze. Did you freeze? Oh, there you're back. Don't lift it up. Okay, how many rebounds can you give me from there? 6. Yes, 6.
Yeah.
Here, just do this, watch. From here, drop it on the surface. Now, you don't lift it up first. I keep telling you that. I'm giving you something really hip. Maybe a little early, and don't go squeezing with your back fingers. Take them off a little. It's going to fuck up, sorry, they're going to mess up your fulcrum. This is a family show. I should be careful with how I communicate. Okay, do it again. There you go. See one turn and you've got all those rebounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want 2 of those. Give me 2. No, don't lift it up first. You didn't have to for a lot. You got like 6 rebounds or 5. Do it again. Give me 5 rebounds or as many as you can. Just let it fall. No, I shouldn't say that. We're getting multiple rebounds because we're letting it just rest on the surface. So don't lift it up. Just let it fall and lay there. There, 1 turn. That's it. Do that again. Come on. Don't go crunching up with your back fingers and spoiling a narrow fulcrum. You got it to bounce better before, maybe because you were careful about your back fingers. Go ahead and do it. There you go. Now give me 2 of those. Oh, there it is. Don't lift up if you can help it. Okay, now you're going to make that throw. Yeah, now you're going to make the throw.
Okay.
Well, you lifted a little, but you see, that's better. Now go and make a proper throw. First, just get the 2 notes. You always spoil it because you don't get the timing yet. Remember I explained to you about the timing being really important? If you go up too soon, you get the tip and you spoil it. If you don't go up soon enough, you won't be able to maintain the tempo. You have to know when to go up. See? Parallel, I'm dropping from parallel. And then your elbow's not coming up. So you have to slow it down. And you're not, and your back fingers are coming. See? This is the discipline now. You have to get in touch with your own body. Okay? So you're just going to make 2 notes and wait. You lifted it up first. Just drop it. Okay, now make a proper throw, which you already can do. Elbow didn't come out. 2 notes. There you go. Don't come up. You're higher than the first letter on your shirt. That can be a marker for you.
What's the first letter? This?
No, one above it. There. Comes up right to there. There you go. Do that in the other hand. That's all it is. See, now you're using the rebound. Do you see the difference? Can you feel the difference?
Yeah.
Takes a while, trust me. Not bad. Don't be afraid to just let that whole thing flow down. Okay. There you go. See? Right. And really, it would typically be played, see, more like chord drumming, like an appoggiatura, not 2 8th notes. I don't want that. But to get it right now, I don't care. I just want you to learn to turn and get 2 notes, and then we can get into how to time those 2 notes so that you get. And see, this is what it starts to look like. It's really nothing. You can see it's very easy. I'm not muscling it out. I'm using rebounds. And then I make a throw and I get momentum from the throw. So it feels like the whole thing wants to carry on.
Yeah.
See? The throw compels the stroke to keep moving. Careful your back fingers. Because it'll mess up your rebound turning from parallel. It's so important. Now I really want you to take the time. There. Now go up. Now throw. There. You're just going to have to work on that. Okay. Okay, so that when you do go to play the compound stroke, see, that's what you weren't doing. You were doing something like. See? I'm taking my back fingers away, just to really identify the fulcrum. And don't play for a second, and watch the difference. You see. Now you'll notice I'm going to play from parallel. I don't have to, but if I want to get this thing up to speed. See, elbow comes out in the right, and in the right, it's just what we just worked on with the alternating flams. The left is playing the beginning of the what would be alternating flams, right? See, and now you can blend them, and they sound stable. Right? So that's what you're going to have to work on. It's going to be a little bit painstaking for a minute, but when you start to get it, it's so much easier. And and here's the momentum that I was talking about. It feels like this is, it's going to, now I know I'm stopping down, but it compels the thing. Not only that, but the hand closes naturally when I make that throw. I don't do it. I'm not thinking about that for anything else. I'm thinking about narrow fulcrum, even when I'm just playing one note, so that if I want two notes, I actually get a rebound. And you ain't going to get a rebound from here if you don't have a narrow fulcrum. Okay, so much better. Okay, now your throw is back. Now you're developing a pure three-finger grip. And now you're starting to develop an understanding, because you argued. You said, oh, wait a minute, let me do it again. I'm not muscling it. And you went right back to muscling it. The right hand was stopping way up in the air. See, look, the right hand, you're like this. You're up here. But you see, if we really do this, that can't happen. It stops here. Very, very different. Okay. Everything moves around this. Thank you, Richard Martinez, a fixed point in the universe. Okay, so now we're going to do one more thing here. Because you were impressed with Murray Spivack's concept of the continuity of strokes. Right. So you see how all this stuff connects? One note has to have all these parts working in a certain way. And then just adding one note so that you get two notes from parallel. It's the same thing. You've just added one note, you see? Its throw is the same. Now, we're going to be working on something that will connect with what we just talked about. Look at the tap ruff. It follows the compound stroke, which I'm going to want you to work on again. You see if you can play the compound stroke, not turning up to the ceiling, but just from parallel.
Yeah.
And getting the motion I just taught you. Okay? Now, the tap ruff. You see it? Here we go again. We have a throw. And then we have an up. We just worked on. We just worked on this, right? Here it is. Watch. See, it makes the whole thing much simpler. Murray Spivack would say. See? So now I'm going up, 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 up. What was coming out? I wasn't getting a gooseneck.
Yeah.
Perish the thought. I was starting from parallel. Throw. Up from parallel. 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 And look how it relaxed. Look how there's nothing to it. There's nothing to it. It's really, this technique is actually really simple. If you can lock in and get these what seem as trivialities, but they're not.
No, they're not. No, I realize that.
Right? It's like, well, what difference does it make if I just turn up to the ceiling a little bit? It's only a little.
Yeah, it's those subtleties that really make a difference in terms of if emotions are fluid or they're a little bit kinky in that sense. Where
You see what happened when you're holding the stick? At the back of your hand is in the shadow, but when you went to do it over here, I could see your. Did you take your stick out? Yeah. See, that looks more normal. Now bring that into position. Yeah. Now your back fingers. Now there's not as much of a shadow on them. Go ahead and just for fun, pull in the back fingers a tiny bit, insisting that they're not really on the stick. Go pull them in a little, just a little more. Come on, bring them in. We're gonna purposely do it wrong. Bring them in and exaggerate it. Like you were teaching a student who had that habit, but really badly. really pronounced. Okay, see, that's not it. Now, relax those back fingers. Ah, there. See, that's subtle, isn't it? Bring them up a little more, even a little more. You might actually be able to get a rebound turning from parallel. Actually, it'll help you get rebounds from everywhere. Yeah, right there. You go. Look how bouncy it is now. There, it's all bouncy. It's a big difference.
No, that's incredibly subtle. Like it's a very subtle nuance. I know. Look, now I feel like I'm able to rebound from parallel.
Yeah, you don't need to turn way up and get all that momentum if you understand what's going on. Okay, now go ahead and play the tap Ruff. Go play it without the metronome for a minute.
Okay, so we're leading with the left hand.
Uh-huh. Okay, see, your back fingers are coming in the right. Everything is wonky. It's going to take a week or so for you to really meditate on this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be in the moment. See, because if you're really in the moment, you're cycling through everything that's happening. It's like, what's going on? Oh, I got my fingers. Oh, wait a minute, this is a gooseneck. Wait a minute, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Oh, wait a minute, I'm turning up first. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just wasting my time. Why would I keep doing it wrong? I'm building in bad muscle memory. So you have to be disciplined with yourself and actually notice what's going on in yourself. Why mirrors are so helpful. Okay, your grip looks really nice right now. Now you have a chance to get rebounds or just one note on the way up, and you don't want to rush it. And don't forget your back fingers. First thing that goes out the window is your grip. Just make a little tap, you make a little throw in the left. We're going to do real slow in the left. It starts with the left downstroke. Okay, you don't have to tighten up your back fingers. So make that little throw. Forearm comes down as you cock. There, right back to parallel. Didn't stop up in the air. Now you're going to go the other way, right? Doesn't it? But wait, let me see. Yeah, now you're going to play a little right from parallel. No, you went up and you got your back fingers are a little better. Just make a little note from. Okay, make a throw. Now play from parallel. Drop it down and don't go up. Okay, now go up and give me a proper throw. There you go. There you go. Same in the other hand.
Okay, so then
isn't that it? Left, right, left, right. Left, right, left, left. They're both going to be from parallel. 2 little turns from parallel. Yeah, now look how nice and cozy you are with the surface. You just not listening and watch your fingers. But you get the idea. So,
okay.
Don't turn up to the ceiling. Keep everything from parallel. We're going to use this exercise to work on that. For the continuity. You lift it up your left and you're closing your back fingers just a little in the right. Play from parallel on the left for the note there, but better. Let's go. Keep going. Good. It's good. Yeah, it's good. You lift it to the ceiling. There you go. There you go.
Okay, so yeah.
Now speed it up. So let's see. Where are you? That's really slow, but that's cool. So you're you're playing that correctly now.
Yeah, that's really. There's a lot of interesting things in there.
Can you play it at 40?
Yeah, let me try that.
But you can't lose the discipline. You can't. Everything can't go out the window, or we're going to have to crank the metronome up and play it.
I can slow this down.
Halftime. You lifted up your left, and I think you caught it. elbow, the elbows. Acting on the right. Okay, let's see. Put it up to 60. Let's see what happens at 60. I know. And that's really cool that you don't want to rush it.
No, I don't. I think I'm going to practice it at 30 beats per minute. Work my way up to 40 to get all these subtleties, the exactitude of the subtleties down. And then I'll work my way up to quarter note to 60. This is heavy. I think there's a lot of cool things in here to effect. Okay, let me try it at 60.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you got to be careful. Now you're doing this.
Yeah, I know.
Starting to do this, so your throat's now suffering. You're getting better at learning to not turn to the ceiling, though. But you're just here. Here, replay. See, the elbow always. Remember, I told you it's like practicing. You be careful on those. The 401 is like, what is that? Like a 6-lane freeway or something? The collector lanes, and then the whole other. I don't want you to get in trouble while you're like doing this on the road, traveling at 80 miles an hour. But it's right. It's just see, it's this. You got to get this part of it. Now Dick would go up more like this, and then Murray would go more like this. But you've got to get this. So if you start seeing this, because it got faster, you're not getting this. You're not getting the rolling effect. It's like you're rolling out onto your, just try this for 1 second. It's like you're rolling on, just put your hands on your pad and just roll forward onto your first knuckle. It'd be cool to put your hands on your legs so they're not so far forward. And let your elbows relax. And just roll forward. Right now you're on the flat in between the first knuckle and the second knuckle. Then roll up to the second knuckle, just a little, balance on that set. There, that's all. There, your elbow moved, and look how little you came up. You didn't have to come up. You didn't have to do this. Watch.
Yeah, I should sit and do this for a bit just to get a sense of where I should bend the wrist in order to get the up.
Good. Okay, so right. So 60 is a little fast for you. I would suggest 30 to 40.
Yeah.
Put it at 52, and let's just see if you can accomplish this at 52.
Yeah, 52 is a good marker for.
Back fingers.
Yeah.
Big hand. Elbows, right? Just up to that first letter. The elbow, like you're rolling. Like you're rolling. First, you have to get the first note, though. Your timing's off. Your timing's off. You're coming too soon. I told you, think of it. You're real slow. Just think of it as playing the first tap and not coming up, and then come up. Think that. Oh, you came up right away. Watch. Watch. Maybe it does need to come up sooner. Let me be sure. So I'm not misleading you. So it's Look, I'm not coming up. I can wait. Look, it's waiting. Turn, come up. Turn, come up. Turn, and I get the bend. Right? Not turn, come up. Turn, come up. It's on the tip. Dick used to comment. We'd be watching a drummer, some educational drummer. He goes, "Do you hear his left hand gets the tip every time? Tick, tick." He was brutal, merciless. And so, right, we want the bottom of the beat. So I can stay down here It's about getting the timing of it. It doesn't come up right as soon as you think. It doesn't come up as soon as you think. Try it one more time. There you go. Come up right away. Make the little tap for your and wait. No, you got one. There you go. No, right's got it. Wait a. You're just lifting up the left right away. That's better. Slow it back down to 40. Let's take one last look at this. Your throat.
Hey guys, I see what you're getting at. Okay.
Now you're on the bottom of the bead. Dick would say it. He'd scream it. You're getting the tip. Bottom of the bead. Bottom of the bead. Here, look. Here's me in 9/27/91. Can you see what this says?
What does that say? It's his handwriting. Bottom of the bead, upstroke.
There you go. That was 91. Okay, so that's what I'm here. Here's the other one. Here's where he's drawn stars and arrows to help you get down here.
Okay, so
look at that. Bottom of the bead, there he's saying it again with arrows and stars.
Okay.
Yanking it up too soon.
Bottom of the bead first. Oh, he just wrote up at the bottom there. I see. Interesting.
Yeah, all of his writings would include descriptions of instructions similar to that.
Yeah.
He'd often write squeeze and release.
Yeah.
Not there right now. You're actually feeling it. You don't even know it. I don't need to talk about certain things. Okay, so 40?
Yeah. Okay. So.
And you're thinking about what? Your back fingers?
Yes.
Turning to the ceiling, turning parallel, and getting the bottom of the bead. In other words, getting the timing of the motion up, not coming up too soon. Slower, you should be able to do it. Okay.
Oh, hold on, I missed a note.
Turn. There, now you can come up. You have plenty of time. Turn. Oh, came up too soon. Just really get the feeling of the little turn. There. So, too soon. Too soon. There. Imagine like the up motion is separate from the little. Imagine it that way right now. At this speed. Too soon. There. Yeah. Look how close you are to the surface, Joe. Look how flat you are. You're playing so flat. You know, when you see Vinny playing, everything looks so flat. He's not up in the air.
Yeah. That's one thing I've always noticed about Vinny is that flatness and how close he is to the playing surface. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
So what you had showed me in stick control, I'm assuming that although there are flams inserted in those exercises, well, I guess we'll look at that later with the flams and then the 8th and 2/16 because it has a bit of that tap rough element to it as well.
I just give you the whole thing, really. You just bring this to stick control. I mean, you got doubles. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now, maybe you're not turning from parallel. Maybe you're turning a little turn, but it's essentially the same thing. And then you've got paradiddles that involve a little turn.
Yeah.
Paradiddle, right? Paradiddle. You don't come up too soon. Diddle. See, it's the same thing. And then you've got throwing for 3. See, I did this. Caught myself. I felt it. It's da 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 da. You might even turn to practice. You might just play those exercises with the throw for 3 notes, with a little sonata dot. You go tap, tap, tap. Now you need 3 notes. You already got, from parallel, you were able to get rebounds with a good grip.
Yeah, yeah.
Multiple rebounds, so you can certainly get 3 rebounds.
Yeah.
With a pro and a proper fulcrum, proper grip, you go tap, 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 and then you can just turn from parallel. Tap, 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 tap. It only goes to about 80. See, there's that. It's all there. The whole thing.
Yeah.
So it's important to think about this and not blow it off.
That's right.
And as per your suggestion, you're going to, I rarely have a student saying, I'm going to practice it at 30. It's like, yes, you are now officially, very good job, by the way. You're now officially the slowest drummer in Toronto.
That's it. Yeah, right. You know, one of them. In a good way.
That's what I'm saying. All right, man.
Okay.
Talk to you in a minute. Good job.